Nick speaking, and welcome to this live stream. Right, a bit of a disaster straight away because what you see now is not what you're supposed to be seeing. I have a slight issue, however, there's not a lot I can do at the moment. Let me just get this. Okay. Right, that is not the image that I thought you were going to see. For some reason, that's much wider than my normal camera. Anyway, we are here. Hello everyone. I have a new microphone set up. Hopefully the sound is much better and the video should be better, although it's miles away for some reason. It wasn't that far originally. Anyway, welcome to this stream. It's going to be a little Tomb World move update because of course I'm moving house at the moment. It's going to update you on all of the proceedings, a little channel update and hobby update, and just a real chit chat as I test my new setup. Okay, let's have a look and see who is in the chat. We have Ivan Pacheco. Hello there. He says Necrons, which is always a good start. We also have the Gitman. He says Nick. Hello there. Let me know how the sound and picture is, please. There is something going wrong with the picture because there's a white line. I have no idea what that white line is. Something very weird going on. How does it look to you? Can you see a big white line going down the middle? Because there is no white line. Okay, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Sound is great. Okay, that's a good start, yes. So I've purchased a little microphone splitter because I'm using my mobile phone and I was plugging in my microphone into the phone and I was getting no better sound. Basically, it wasn't sort of turning this microphone on, and I found out that the phone just thinks you plugged in headphones. So I got this little splitter lead which splits into headphones and microphone, allowing me to plug the mic in. So now I'm using this mic, so yeah, the sound should be better. It looks like another camera looking backwards towards a door. It's a split screen, yeah. I have no idea why it's a split screen. It's really weird. You're right, that is like the front and back view of the camera. Really, really odd. What do I think about Drakari will be destroying Necrons from the meta? Actually, I've got a little note. Got my notes as always. I've got a little note here which will talk a little bit about the meta, or Codex creep as my notes say. I think the camera on the phone is close to the grip. The phone... No, I've worked it out. That white bar going down the middle is the side of my mirror. So you're looking at me through the mirror then. Let's have a look. This is so weird. Bear with me 1 second. Aha! Okay, hopefully that's better. Oh man. Okay, here we go. How's that, everyone? Well, there you go. Yes, that's so much better. I can see from the computer already. So this was my task. Basically, previously I was using the front camera so I could see myself on the phone while I was recording, but of course that's much lower quality than the back camera. So what I'm doing now is I'm recording on the back camera and I'm using a mirror so that I can see the back of the phone so I can see myself. It looks really weird, but it's working. But now I've discovered that when you go live on YouTube, because most people will use the front camera rather than the rear camera, it automatically goes to that camera. So next time I do it, I'll have to go live and then rotate the camera around straight away. Anyway, hey, look at this. That is so cool. Right, I can breathe now. Was about to say the camera was junk. Excellent. Right. Okay. Good. That's good. Right. So, yes, this will be my future setup going forward, although obviously in a different environment because I am literally just about to move. Let's talk hobby first, though. So, yeah, hobby. There's nothing to talk about hobby. I've done no hobby whatsoever since my last live stream. Just literally no time, plus half of my hobby stuff is in my new place, my girlfriend's house. So I haven't had time to hobby basically. So not much to talk about hobby-wise. Like the new setup, Nick. Thank you. Yes, it's definitely looking a lot better. 23 watching, only 8 like. What is this? Yes, please, if you could like the video, that would be awesome. Thank you. Well, it's not video, live stream. It will be a video afterwards. I started watching your videos just before COVID and you got me into 40k, starting with Necrons. Now I've amassed a 2,000 point army, painted it over lockdown, and now I'm waiting for lockdown to end. Awesome, that's fantastic. I'm really happy to have inspired a new Necron army and painted as well. I know the feeling about not being able to play because I'm in that situation, although very soon, hopefully by the end of the month, if not early May, we're going to have a game with Richard, although we have to do it outside because we're not allowed inside each other's house yet, but at least we can get a game in and hopefully a battle report. So let's have a quick talk about the channel. First of all, so you've probably noticed my last video was the Saraptic video, and that was my last video recorded in this house, as I said, up against these famous blinds. And yeah, no one's mowing the lawn, luckily. So yeah, it was a big day for me to record that video. Actually, it was a disaster, that video, because I recorded it and I spent 5 hours editing the video. I got literally right to the end. I had about 2 more edits to do. And as I always do, every 30 seconds or so, save the project, because if you don't save it and it crashes, you lose all your work. So I saved the project and it saved to 67%, and then came up with an error message, wouldn't save no more, and then I couldn't reopen the that particular project. It just wouldn't open, so I lost 5 hours work. So I had to re-edit the whole video. I did do it a bit quicker the second time, about 3.5 hours, because obviously I knew where most of the cuts were. But yeah, that was my last video in this house. I do have a few more videos coming that were recorded in this house but previously, but they're only short videos. Actually, I've only got short videos left now. I think I've got about 5 shorts which I've recorded, which will go up on the channel just to keep it ticking over for the next few weeks, because the big move is imminent. Actually, it's going to be next week. So yeah, the channel a little slow down in terms of long format videos, so bear with me, but hopefully you'll enjoy the shorts as well. And my shorts have made it onto the short shelf, which is awesome. They haven't done like super well, but they've made it onto the shelf, which of course is the first task. And then I've managed to get some views, so that's pretty good. I think I got about 1,000 views on one of them, so yeah, that was good. All right, let's have a quick look at the comments. Let's just go back a little bit. Okay. All right, good evening to Raven R. Hello there, nice to see you. Do you have a Tesseract Vault, Nick? I do, just the one, but I do have one. Martin says, BWW, Nick has that effect. I'm not sure what the first conversation was for that. We have Wargaming with Gary. Hello Gary, how you doing? This isn't my first IDICBeer video, but this is my first live stream. Awesome, fantastic to see you here. I do plan to go live more often. The plan is one long video a week, one short a week, and potentially one live stream a week. But I'm going to say one live stream a month. And then if I can do more, then even better. Because going live is enjoyable. And not only that, well, it's just a really good way to connect, with you guys, really. So, yeah, I'm going to hopefully go live a lot more. Nick, what's your opinion on Necron's early Codex syndrome? Going to talk about that a little bit later. It's on the list. We're going to have a talk about Codex creep. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Who else wants to admit that Illuminor Xeris has a bonkers data sheet? By the way, you got me into Necrons, and I've bought and painted around 3,000 points since January. Wow, that is awesome. I miss your blinds. They've been with you for so long. I know it's going to be a sad day, but still, it's also going to be a bit more sort of motivational for me, because I'm going to be in a new environment and I'm going to have lots to learn. I'm going to have to get all of my lighting and camera settings and camera positions, sort of already, like redo them basically. So at the moment, I just come into this room, I know exactly where everything goes, where I'm going to sit, where the microphone goes, what exposures to have. I just press the button and record, and I'm going to have to start learning again. So that should invigorate me to hopefully produce better videos in the long run. Certainly maybe just more different videos. Checking the blinds to make sure nobody's about to break in. Absolutely. Painting tomb blades, number 4.5 and 6. Short videos are heresy. They are heresy, but they satisfy a brand new algorithm for YouTube. I personally don't like watching shorts. I was on TikTok for a while, and I'm not on there anymore. And yeah, they're very addictive. You get onto that sort of TikTok or short shelf or Instagram, whatever it's called, and you're there just like scrolling through, just watching nothing, and then all of a sudden you think, my God, that's like an hour of my life just gone. However, it is a good way to get to a new audience. So it's something which I'm going to do. If I find that my actual subscribers aren't enjoying them, then what I'll do is when I publish them, I'll turn off notifications to subscribers, so they won't go into your subscription feed. They'll just go to wherever YouTube recommend them. That's a possibility, but it seems that my subscribers are enjoying them on the whole. Hello, Nick. Hello, Papa Sake. We also have Eric Blount in the house. Hello there. And as always, we have Martin in the house. I lost you, Martin. Here you go. Martin Thrillstrup. He says, I've loved all your shorts. Oh, thank you very much. That's good. I don't play Necrons, I play Orcs. The Necrons are still pretty cool. Indeed, they are cool. And I also actually really like Orcs. I nearly did an Orc army. Do you remember when allies were first brought in? I think it was 5th edition. I always thought that Necrons and Orcs would be like really good as allies in terms of like gaming, because you could have the Necrons sort of standing back and shooting, and then just charge all the Orcs forward. So you've got a good combination. I will miss that you complain about the lawnmower. Yeah, although I bet there'll be plenty to complain about at the new place. There's going to be flying seagulls. There's a guinea pig in the house. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be lots to complain about. I'm British. We like to complain, don't we? I do love the shorts. A quick bit of info that has helped me out a bit. Oh, that's good. No, don't turn off notifications. YouTube is dodgy with notifications as it is. Okay, yeah, I'll keep them on. As I said, it's only if I get really negative response to the short going up. Okay, so let's have a look at what else we've got to talk about. You probably hear me slurping with that microphone right in my face. Okay, yeah, so before we go on to the next stage, I would just like to say about my other social medias. If you didn't know, I am on Instagram and I post sort of pictures on there which you might not see anywhere else. If you follow me on Twitter, then that's another place you can see me share stuff. And of course, Facebook. I have my own Facebook group called the IDICBeer Wargamers Unification. And it's a great place. We've got so many awesome YouTubers on there from our niche sharing all of their videos. And we've got people in there that don't have a YouTube channel, and they're sharing their hobby stuff in there as well. So it's a good place to find other channels and also to share your hobby, get some good feedback. We try to be as positive as we can in the group. So yeah, come and join us. So IDICBeer Wargamers Unification on Facebook. You can just search me basically on Facebook, IDICBeer, and it will come up. I'm also IDICBeer 40k on Instagram and IDICBeer on Twitter. Give us a follow. It'd be great to see you there. Okay, let me scribble that out. I have noticed I like to have a pen on stream. I don't know, it just gives your hand something to do, doesn't it? Plus, I'm always holding a pen at work. So what do you really think of Unrucker the Traveller? Just got him. Well, as I said, he's playable. The thing is with the special characters, obviously, you get what you get. So there's no options, there's no upgrades, there's no change of war gears. You just have the rules. So I think you should be playing those characters if you really like the miniature and the fluff behind the miniature. I mean, that's a great reason to play them, full stop. But also, obviously, if the rules match your army, you know, there's no point taking these special characters if you're not going to benefit from their rules. So I think rather than when you take, say, a generic overlord, you know, you can have an army and then plonk a generic overlord in there and then take the war gear and options that you need to suit the army. Whereas if you're building a list around a special character, you need to take the character first and then build the army around the character. Custom dynasties are awesome. I agree. I just wish I could play more. I haven't played for about 4.5 months. And I'm missing it. And I'm missing making battle reports because it's really, really good fun. Running him with the Silent King in Novok list. Sweet. Lovely, healthy paranoia and masters of the martial. Not quite sure what that means, but 36 watching, 25 likes. That's more like it. Yes, thank you everyone. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so let's have a chat about the massive move. And it has been a massive move because I got notice of eviction just under 6 months ago. It's like ages ago. So I've had this like dark clouds like looming over me that I knew this was all happening. On top of that, most of the time I've been in lockdown. So my original plan when I found out, obviously I had a chat with my girlfriend, you know, and we decided that, well, hey, this is probably a good time to move in with each other, live together. So that was always the plan. But the first couple of months it was like, well, I don't really have to do anything till after Christmas. So I didn't do that much. And then just before Christmas, we went into lockdown and everywhere's been closed. So I haven't been able to do much. What I have been doing since Christmas, the last 4 months, is going through all of my stuff and disposing of everything that I don't want in my just my normal household bin. So every week it was filled to the brim, put it out, got it back in, and then filled it back up again. I just gradually got rid of all the stuff that I didn't want. And then I think about 4 weeks ago, I was able to get to the recycling centre, the rubbish tip, but you can only go there once a week. So I've been taking car loads of stuff to the rubbish. And then it was a case of getting rid of pretty much all of my furniture because my girlfriend's place is already furnished. So I had a massive splurge on Facebook Marketplace. I have to say that was awesome. That worked really well. I mean, I listed 5 or 6 items on there and I sold them literally all on the same day that I listed them. And the only things that I haven't sold is the bookcases, which I'm not surprised because they were cheap cases and they were bowed from the weight. So I just took them down and I binned those. Well, I took them to the rubbish tip. And then I'm left with my big dining room table, a fridge freezer, the washing machine, my bed and bedroom furniture. But I've sort of landed on my feet a bit there because my cousin's son just got a house and he is after all of that stuff. So he's coming next Thursday to collect all that. So I got rid of all of that. So next big task was my sofa, and I've got quite a big sofa. And my my first ex-wife's friend apparently is moving and they needed a sofa, so she phoned me and I said, yeah, just come and take it, you're more than welcome. So they're coming to get the sofa next week, which is awesome. So very happy about that. Tomorrow my buddy is popping round. He's going to be taking, if you can see it, here we go, this gaming board. He's going to have that because it's a 2-piece gaming board, which is really convenient. And I don't need that in the new place because my girlfriend's table's a bit bigger than my table. So he's going to have that. I'm really pleased about that because I've had this since I started gaming like 20 years ago. I didn't really want to get rid of it. So he's having that, and I'm going to give him some of my other bits. I'm going to give him my Blood Bowl teams because he loves Blood Bowl. I play it occasionally, but I'm not really into Blood Bowl, so I only ever play with him anyway. So he's going to have my Blood Bowl teams. He's going to have my Star Trek Attack Wing collection of ships, or I say he's going to have them. He's going to keep them around his house for when we game together. So yeah, I've got that happening, and I think that's pretty much it. I haven't really got much left. The only things that I've got left is 2 children's beds to get rid of. One is broken, so that's going to be just sawn to bits and taken to the tip. The other one I might try to put on Facebook Marketplace, and that will be everything. Most of my stuff is at my girlfriend's house at the moment, although it's not fully unpacked, it's still in boxes. But yeah, next week I've got a few days off, so I'm going to do the big move next week. So yeah, it's been hectic. I'll be really pleased when it's finally over. Obviously I've got the massive task of going to everyone and informing them of my address change, you know, like all the bill companies and car insurance, passport, driving license, all that rubbish. So I'll be very happy when it's all done and dusted. I can just relax and just get on with my life. So yeah, that's the move in a nutshell. Yeah, so let's just see what everyone's been saying whilst I've been babbling on about that. Hi all, nice to catch a live show, albeit a bit late. No problem, that was from Simple Simon. Glad you made it. Richard Harris says, what are your thoughts on custom dynasties? I think they're fantastic. Personally, although I haven't played that many games of 9th, but I've personally been finding the objective secure and the pre-game move to be very useful. So that's what I've been using mainly. Excuse me. Okay. Here we go. How well do you like building and painting the Silent King? Haven't painted him yet, but I've sprayed him. I primed him ready for painting. I enjoyed building him, apart from the little triarchs, the 2 little guys. They're a bit of a pain, but it was a good model. Modelling for Advantage is here. Hello. He says, evening all. Hello, is that? What's your name? I know it's Kaiser. Forgive me. I've gone blank. Okay, we have Eric Blount who says, like him in Novok, my warriors suddenly have 3 attacks. Yeah, that's basically what I said in the video. He's great for Novok. Okay, we have the first rules of Warhammer. Thou shalt not thy SO how much models actually cost. Good luck, thank you. Did you have to get rid of yourself or any Warhammer models for the move besides the terrain giveaway? I have disposed of my Necron bridge. My 6-foot bridge is gone. I just had nowhere to store it. And what else? That's it, apart from the Warhound Titan that I had. That's the only thing that I've had to get rid of, basically. Best wishes on a swift and uneventful move. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get this all crossed off. Sorting house. All fell into place. Okay, so yeah, I was going to have a quick chat about Codex creep, because I had a few people email me when some of the new rules came out, like the new Skitarii rules, where they auto wound on a 4+, and then they do X amount of damage, and how Necrons are now shafted, because obviously we were the first Codex to come out, and now there's a bit of a Codex creep. Sort of what do I think of it? My answer is, well, I'm not surprised, because obviously, yeah, Necrons came out, one of the first Codex to come out. We had a massive new model range, and you know, fantastic. We got some nice treatments from GW, but GW know where Necrons are in their game, and we've never really been like at the top of the list, really. So I wasn't surprised by the fact that we were first, and that other codexes would sort of come out and then obviously would go sort of gradually down the rankings as such. But it doesn't bother me at all. I just play my army, and I like to play my army around themed lists more than anything. So like my 60 flayed one list, you know, I'll take something that I want to play and I'll build a list around it, and you know, I'll just enjoy playing it. It doesn't matter how competitive it is, or you know, how much I get beat with that particular list. You know, I can have just as much fun playing like that. Obviously, playing competitively, that's a slightly different story, which I don't really do that much, to be fair. I mean, I play Richard, and he plays competitive lists, and yeah, I might up my game if I'm playing Richard and take those more competitive units, because he needs to be tested, you know, so that when he goes to a tournament, he knows what to expect. But it's not always how I like to play, you know. Let's see what you guys are saying about this. Is there a Discord server for this channel? There isn't, I'm afraid. I'm not on Discord. I tried it. I didn't like it. So I went to Facebook. I do have a Facebook group, though. The Wargamers Unification Facebook. Codex creep is a real thing, but I think a lot of the time people just need time to figure out how to play against the newly released books. Yeah, exactly. And everything changes all the time, you know. I mean, this game is not fixed by any stretch of the imagination, you know, and yeah, it will change. Everything changes. So just play what you've got, enjoy playing what you've got, and that's the most, you know, that's the most important thing. Stats are saying Necrons are doing well at the moment. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, you know, the Codex is pretty decent. It's not bad. I mean, yeah, okay, other armies are getting extra stuff, but we don't know the full story of for example, the Skitarii stuff. I mean, it's just a little rule. We don't know how much this unit costs, you know what the ballistic skill is of this unit, etc. We don't know what the rest of the army has or does. You've got to see the whole codex before you can really judge as well. Have you ever had to quit mid-game with an unpleasant player? I had one who never played against Necrons and got mad at every new command protocol, and mine would be done. I've never had to quit a game because of an unpleasant player. No. The worst player that I played, he liked to bend the rules and the ruler. However, I was warned about this guy, so it wasn't a surprise. It was a friend of a friend's, and he warned me before I played him that he was like this, and he did exactly what he said. It was back in, I think, 3rd edition, maybe 4th. Had the monolith right in the middle, and he was playing Imperial Guard, and he was trying to take aim at something, and he had his tape measure out, and it was clearly bending around the monolith. And he goes, yeah, I can see. It's like, no, you're bending it. So no, I can see. I just let him play it, and he blasted something off the table. But you know, whatever, it was fine. It was just one game, and I knew I wasn't going to see him or play him again anyway in the future. So it was a one-off. Yeah, I've quit a game once after one turn, just because it was such a bad turn. It just made sense to stop playing and start again. I was playing Tyranids actually. I wasn't playing Necrons. I was playing Tyranids, and I had this sort of list concept which like would have worked really well, but things just didn't go my way. I think that I can't remember exactly what it was. All I remember was I set my models up. I think I needed to go first maybe for this list to work. So I set my models up and I didn't get first turn, and after turn 1 I had like 2 units left. And I just looked at my buddy, I said, should we start again? And he goes, yeah. So we just set up and we had another go, and we had a really good second game. It was like quite a close game. So I have quit once. I've also won a game without moving a miniature. Yeah, without shooting a gun or anything, I've totally won a game. It was one of the 4th edition special missions. Can't remember what it's called. I think it might have been called Sabotage, where you had a defender and an attacker. And I was the attacker. I must have moved one man then. So I was the attacker, and my buddy was the defender, and you had to get one person onto the middle objective to explode the objective, and then you won. And they had sentries at the time, so my buddy was playing Blood Angels. He had his sentry models out, so those sentries had to spot you by either you getting close to them or by you like shooting. So basically I started off with a few warriors on the table, and I remember my warrior walked all the way from the deployment zone to the centre of the table, and my buddy didn't deploy very well because he didn't deploy right the way around the bunker. He left a little gap, and my warrior just went through the gap, put the explosion on, exploded it, and it was game over. So actually, yeah, I won the game without my buddy even making a move. That was it. And again, we just set up again and just started again. And that time, the second game, he did surround the bunker. We are having a good fun, lots of new players, 3rd or 4th most winning faction, and lots of placings. Every faction will have weaknesses, but Necrons have answers to a lot of things. Yeah, it's about, obviously in competitive sort of play, it is about adapting to the current meta. And Necrons do have some good tools in there. You know, we've got sort of the assault element, we've got the good firepower at sort of mid to short range. We've got some half decent long range firepower now. We've got some good troops. I mean, our troops are really good as well for taking objectives. Yeah, you know, we've got some good tools. Have you thought about coming to States for the Las Vegas Open? I would love to. Obviously, money is the thing. I would like to go to Las Vegas, not just for the Open, but also for the Star Trek Museum. which I believe is in Vegas as well, because I'm a massive Star Trek fan. I'd love to go and see that. The thing that really limits Necrons is few core units we have. I can see why they are for fluff reasons, but it would be nice if we had more. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, it's a bit of an odd move, especially with the command protocols and the core units. I mean, it's like you've got something there, but it's just not that usable or not that great. And it's a bit of a shame, because that would have made a difference if those command protocols wasn't just on core, or we had more core units. It would be a lot better. Too many hoops, unfortunately. Would have been better to change what is core depending on your dynasty. Yeah, that's a good option, isn't it? Quite like that. Okay, we have 33 people watching, 37 likes. Thank you, everyone. I wish we had splitted Codex like Drakari or Dark Angels. As in, like a sub-faction thing, yeah? Do you mean? Trouble with that, it just means you've just got more books, haven't you? Okay, so what else have we got on here? Oh yes, the Silent King. I wanted to talk about the Silent King because I've had so many stories about the Silent King and how people are having a lot of fun playing him, etc. And I haven't played him yet because, well, not only have I not been playing because of lockdown, but I haven't painted him yet either. And I'm at that stage of gaming where I only play with painted miniatures. I mean, if you saw my channel, say, like, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, I was quite happy to play with unpainted miniatures. But where battle reports, the quality of battle reports have got much higher now, basically you need painted miniatures when you're playing games. So yeah, I now only play painted miniatures. I've got to get my Silent King finished. However, I need to paint my Doomstalkers first. So my order of painting, when I get settled into the new place, is I'm going to batch paint my 3 Doomstalkers, and then I'm going to paint the Silent King. Then I'm going to paint the Void Dragon, because I also obviously haven't played him as well. And all these things are holding me back a bit, because obviously I've got no experience of playing them. I can look at the rules, but it's just not the same as playing them. So I want to get them painted so that I can start gaming with them. Yeah, so that's been my issue really. Just the whole lockdown thing just slowed me down. We have Baltimore's Guide to Warhammer. Yes, do, he says. And if you are unaware that Baltimore and myself are hoping to get together at some time in the near future when lockdown's finished, get together and hopefully we will be able to play a game, because I think it would be epic to have Baltimore on the channel playing a game. You might only see his hands, not his face, but yeah, that would be awesome. Would you like to see that? I hope so. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to Baltimore's Guide to Warhammer, then you definitely should be, because if he hasn't done so already, he is just about to hit the 100,000 subscriber mark. The silver play button is going to be on his way very soon. I'm very proud to say that I was there right from the start, and it's been fantastic seeing him grow so well in such a short space of time. So congratulations to you. Definitely, you'll murder me. Oh my god, WTF, says Gun Barrel. You should. I am not an Imperial Fist fan, but his 3-part epic on Rogel is amazing. Yeah, he's done some fantastic stuff. Hello, says Reziel. Hello there, how are you? Yeah, no, it would be super cool if we can get together for some games. So I'm hoping to play Voldemort. I'm hoping to get some more games in with Ace Face and Nick from Old Average Bit Gaming. Obviously Richard from Capitan Morgan's War Games. Yeah, it'd be great. I'm hoping I can get to play either Dom or Tom or both of them from Black Toad Studios, because I played both of them, one at a tournament and one at my house. Both great guys, so I'd really, really like to play them. Yeah, it's going to be. I just can't wait to start playing a game. All only possible due to your help, Skipper. Thank you. Well, I think you've had a big part to do with it. Hello, I'm so glad I could actually attend a live. Hello, Theo. How are you? Well, I hope. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to try and do more live streams. I'm using my new setup, which is basically the back camera on my mobile phone. I've got a very weird setup. I've got a big mirror behind the phone so that I could see in the mirror and watch the actual screen of the phone, which just, yeah, the room looks messy, but it works. And then I've got my microphone splitter, which now allows me to use my microphone, which hopefully means the sound's much better and the video's much better. We'll see what we can do, says Voldemort. Yes, yes, it will be awesome. We have Conan Man Studios, who says, I am here, dear. Hello, welcome. Okay, Tabletop says, have you spoke with Guy from Midwinter Minis about playing Necrons in his death match? I haven't spoken to him. I don't think I'm subscribed to him, actually. And I don't think he subscribed to me. He certainly hasn't made any comments anyway. Okay, so my fridge freezer is going on Saturday. So I need to eat as much food as I can out of it so that I don't waste any food. So yeah, we're just eating sort of oven dinners at the moment, just trying to clear out the freezer. My bed is going on Saturday as well, so I'm going to be, well, basically I'm going to have to go to my girlfriend's to sleep. That's all right. Question, have you tried playing online via Tabletop Simulator? I haven't tried. I've seen others play it and decided it wasn't for me, especially at the moment, so I just don't have time for that. You know, I enjoy, whilst playing a proper game takes time, I just find that fun, and I just don't think being on a computer doing it is going to be as fun. So what's exciting for you if Necrons have a campaign book in the future, or Canoptic detachments, or destroyer detachments? I think Canoptics would be fun because I do plan at some point to play a full Canoptic list, well, as full as I can get it, and that would be pretty cool, yeah. Could you maybe set up a big tournament with everyone, or the channels, dugging it out would be awesome. I would absolutely love to do it, and I did do my 10-year anniversary tournament here in this house. I had 3 tables going. My new place, there's only going to be room for 1 table, but yeah, potentially we could sort of hire a hall, etc. Once we're hopefully all back to normal. Ben says, hey Nick, love the channel, thank you very much. I am new to Warhammer, never played a game yet, and built a Necron army during quarantine. Any tips for strategies or dynasty choices for a newbie? Hello Ben, right, well, yeah, funny enough, I had email from someone very similar, basically saying sort of, I've just started up, I've not played, these are the models that I've got, so can you help me with a list, sort of thing. So as I said to him, I said I wouldn't worry too much about the list itself, because obviously you're just starting up. It's about learning the rules, and not just the army rules, but the game rules, and it's just about just gaining a bit of experience, really. The key things is obviously you're going to need a couple of HQs. I'd personally probably start up with an Overlord, either in a command barge or on foot, and a cryptic of some description. So you can see those two in action, two good units that work well with most of the army. You need some troops, either immortals or warriors, depending on your preference. Either one, definitely both playable. Most people probably have warriors from obviously Indomitus, etc. So get some troops in there. Probably go for Gauss guns, Gauss Reapers potentially, unless you're going to have them in Ghost Arcs. And then you go for the Flayers. Once you've got that, then you're going to need some heavy hitters. So probably some Doomstalkers or some Doomsday Arcs, depending on your preference. So get a couple of big guns in there to cope with those sort of anti-tank, anti-monstrous creature units. And then you're going to need some sort of faster units that are also a bit survivable to go out and grab objectives. So you might be looking at Scorpec Destroyers, maybe Wraiths or Tomb Blades, some sort of those support units. Basically going to need some defense units, some support units, and some attack units. Get a nice little combination of those and just put them on the table. And what I would recommend is concentrate on maybe 1 or 2 units each game that you play. When I say concentrate on that, I mean obviously play the whole army, but focus in. Let's say you're playing Scorpec Destroyers. Focus in on the Scorpec Destroyers, moving them and getting them into the right place at the right time, and just put all your efforts into that unit so that you can see them in action and you can learn that unit, and then play the same army, and then the next time maybe focus in on a different unit. Say if you've got Tomb Blades, focusing on the Tomb Blades and see what they're doing, see how they're working, and gradually you'll gain that experience. And then it's not really worth looking at like proper list building until you've got a bit of knowledge of what's going on with your army. So hopefully that helps a little. In terms of dynasties, again, just experiment. As I said, personally, at the moment, I like using the custom dynasties to give you objective secure on all of your units, and then the pre-game move to help you get to objectives quicker. It works really well. But yeah, if you want to play Sotek, then go for that. If you want to play Mefrit, go for that. Just experiment. Okay, we have Raziels, who's off. Thank you for joining. Baltimore says, well said, thank you. Okay, let's just see, go up a bit. I've been afraid if I learned to use Tabletop Simulator, it would cause me to spend less and less time doing real hobby. Well, absolutely. I avoid all sort of console type games because, as you say, they just eat into your hobby time totally. We have Even, who says, first game with Necrons in 8th, my friend pour 2 units of cultists and just whittled them down. That's great advice. List building seems a bit overwhelming at first. Yeah, absolutely. I remember when I started, we used to play smaller games. I think it's best to play smaller games when you first start. I used to play weekly, and I remember I'd play a game. As soon as the game was finished, it's like, right, what didn't work, what worked, and then I'll just tweak one thing in the list for the next game. So maybe just take one unit out and put another unit in, and if you play the same units a lot, you will gradually get used to how they work. I always remember I used to play the Tomb Spider, this one Tomb Spider, and I loved it. That's a really cool miniature, obviously the old metal one. And my buddy that I was playing, he used to always shoot this Tomb Spider. I put it right up front, think, yeah, such a cool model, put it in front, a big monstrous creature, got my little warriors behind it, and he used to get blasted off the table every turn. Now, one day I thought, I'll put it at the back this time. So I put it at the back, and in those days you had to shoot the closest unit I think maybe you could shoot behind if you had a leadership check, successful leadership check. Anyway, my spider went at the back. And when I placed him at the back and deployed him, my buddy looked up to me and he goes, "At last, you've learnt." And I always remember that. And it's like, yeah, I have learnt. And I learnt because, not because he told me, my buddy never told me. He said, "You might be best to put that at the back so I can't shoot it." He used to just blast it off the table every turn until I learnt, actually, yeah, let's put it at the back. So there's nothing better than experience. Any thoughts on Necron's Kill Team? Major updates for them in the latest edition. Yeah, I haven't played Kill Team yet, to be fair. It is on the agenda. I've got a nice Necron Kill Team board. So yeah, once we start gaming again, I can get some regular gaming. Then I'm hoping to look into Kill Team. Custom dynasties are fantastic for those like myself who get stuck picking a particular faction. Yeah. Okay, so how are we doing here? We've been on the stream for 51 minutes, so what we'll do is we'll make it an hour stream. That means I've got to think of something to say for the next 9 minutes, so if you have any questions, then yeah, feel free to put them in the chat box there. And yeah, if you would like to get some custom emojis like these, let me just put some up, then why not become an IDICBeer member? You can get these emojis at the basic level for 99p, and you'll be able to post emojis on my live streams, which is pretty cool. And we've got Conan Man posting his own emojis of beer drinks because of my name. Was curious, what? Oh, I missed that. Let's go back up. Right. Was curious what your thoughts on a 3-model squad of particle repeater spiders being supported by. Yeah, well, I've made a video on the team spiders, canoptic spiders, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty cool to have a unit of those. I'm definitely up for that. How about paint and chill stream in the future? Yes, that's definitely doable. The only issue is that when I paint, I have to use a magnifying glass and a special light, and to get that all on here just interrupts with what's going on. I've got these, spare me a second. Yeah, I've got these, which I can sometimes use. They do have a built-in light as well, but with wearing spectacles, it's there. I mean, they do work. Look, I look like an idiot, but they work. Right, there you go. So I can actually sort of paint like this, but where I've got varifocals, the reading bit's at the bottom, and this only goes down to the top. So it's still not ideal. So that's why very often you don't see me painting and stuff in a live stream. And also when I do painting tutorials, you don't see me actually paint that much in the tutorial. I do a little bit and then I cut and come back and say, there you go, I've just done that. And that's because I can't paint on camera very well because I can hardly see what I'm doing. So yeah, just getting old basically. Evening Klaus, how are you? Don't worry about what you look like, it gets the job done for you. Yeah, well if it gets the job done, that's fine. When I've got my new setup, then I'll see what I can do, because especially if I plan to go live once a week, then it would be good to do hobby at the same time. You know, it would just make sense. Are you happy playing against Marines, or would you prefer a Xenos army be brought? I don't care who I play against, to be honest. You know, I'm always up for a challenge, so yeah, I have no issues at all. And I've been playing against Blood Angels almost every week for probably about 20 years, so I have no issues there. My son used to play Space Marines, although he doesn't play anymore, so I used to play him against his Marines. And then I had another buddy who played Grey Knights, so I used to play against Grey Knights. Obviously Richard has his Space Wolves, so yeah, that's fine. I don't mind playing against them. At least you know what you're getting, don't you, with Space Marines? There's not too many surprises, although obviously things have changed a bit now with all the new stuff coming out. You'll paste me, laugh out loud. Well, we'll see. We will see. My second pair of glasses I have specially designed for nearsightedness. Can't drive, but I can paint with them. We have John Aceface in the house. How are you? How's Trix? It's very, very busy. Currently moving house. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, I was evicted from this place 6 months ago because the owner was getting divorced and needed to sell the house for equity. So I'm going to be moving in with my girlfriend, which is going to happen probably next week now. So the house is pretty much empty. Necrons, we have the hobby corner. Everyone's joining me right at the end. Look, where have you been? Have you been on another stream somewhere? I want better cool. Can't wait to paint him. He does look awesome, doesn't he? Are you going to bring the blind with you? No, sadly not. This is not my blind. This was already here. So that is staying, I'm afraid. Yeah, so... Well, yeah, this is going to be the last time that you see it, apart from a couple of short videos I've got coming up. Who's tankier, Necron with RP or Nurgle Chaos with Feel No Pain? I'm not sure because I've not really played against Nurgle. Maybe Aceface could answer that one. That's up his street. Was watching Spud from Chilling Wargamers with Big Mech Dan as a guest. Ah, okay, awesome. That's probably where I would have been if I hadn't been going live, testing out my new camera and microphone, which hopefully is much better than my previous live streams. Do you prepare especially what armies you play against, or play similar lists, usually regardless of the opponent faction? I try not to list tailor if I can help it. Usually I just play whatever army I want to play. Usually I pick a unit and think, right, I really want to play this unit. I'll build my list around it. If I'm playing... Sometimes it's good to list build a little bit when you know your opponent is list building back, because that can be fun as well, you know, to really hone in on your opponent's list. But you both got to be on the same page. If you list tailor and somebody else doesn't list tailor, then that's really bad. Nurgle, by the way. Yes, okay, fair enough. Amazing news, pal. Life moves on. I've seen their pics. It looks lovely. I hope we can catch up soon once things return back to normal. Yes, yeah, I hope so. Get some games in, because I need to play. I haven't played for like 4.5 months. The mic sounds good. Excellent. That's good to know. So yeah, I had to get a little adapter for the microphone because when I was plugging my microphone into the phone, it was thinking I was putting headphones in, so the microphone wasn't working. So I got this little splitter. So now it knows that the microphone's plugged in. So yeah. But to be honest, the image is a bit blurry. Is it? Okay. Is it blurrier than it used to be though? Is it an improvement at least on what it used to be? As it should be. So before I came, I was with ABP. He was talking about some books. No problem. Okay, so here we go. We're coming up to the 1 hour mark. So I think we are going to call it quits. So thank you so much everyone for joining the stream. It's been awesome. I'm very happy to have tested out this camera, even though I had that disastrous start. I might just edit that out at the after this is finished. We will see. So yeah, Thanks everyone, and I shall see you all soon.